Thank you all so much for your support. I am so happy to be moving forward with this process, and I will let you all know what happens. Thank you all, and thank you especially to subscribers that donated to our GoFundMe account. That was amazing, and every little bit helps. Hey everybody, it is Errol from Home Sweet Apartment. Now this video is going to be in two parts. The first part will be kind of a general update of everything that's going on in our lives right now, our fertility update, which I know everyone has been dying for, and the second part will kind of be a more in-depth what is this process that we're doing. It's super controversial, so I didn't want to put them both in the same video because I wanted one to just be a general update for all of those people out there, but I also wanted to address the topic of IVF for those that are curious, because I know there's a lot of people out there that felt like I did, that had all these awful misconceptions about IVF and what that meant, and actually we have a great doctor that really helped me clear up everything that is going on. I just wanted to clear up some misconceptions about things, but I know that that video is not for everybody, and I know everyone has very different beliefs, and I want to make sure that, for the record, just putting it out there that we respect everybody's views and beliefs and faiths and everything like that, and I wouldn't judge someone based on what their decision is for IVF versus other things, and I don't want other people to judge us on our decision to try IVF. You know, I just wanted to separate those two videos out so that people can see kind of the general thing that's going on with me, and also to be able to educate other people in general about the process and kind of help with some of the misconceptions about this whole thing. So I am going to go ahead and give you guys a little update, and if you're super curious about all the stuff with IVF and the details and what we learned from our doctor, and go ahead and check out that video as well, which I will be posting very soon. I first of all just wanted to say that the first video that I ever made for this channel talking about my journey through endometriosis and subsequently our journey through infertility was just amazingly received by everybody, and so I just had to thank you first of all for all of that. I was really amazed by everyone's incredible response. I was so nervous making that video. It was funny, I probably could have been like in the closet for as long as I felt like being, but I really felt like there was an impetus behind it, and I'll talk a little bit about that. So it wasn't just a day that I thought, okay, I need to just like come out with this and make a video about it and have everyone understand what's going on and what we're going through. That was part of it, for sure. But the other part of it was that my amazing friend and my sister and my father all together kind of each did their little part in collaborating to have a wonderful kind of 25th birthday party for me, because they were like, well, it's kind of like a milestone birthday because you're like halfway in between 20 and 30, and like they all knew that we were going through all of this and how expensive it was going to be, and my sister started out the whole conversation with, well, why don't you make a GoFundMe account? So I thought about it and I was like, okay, I could do that. And then I was like, you know, I'm so used to talking about things and talking about everything that's going on in video form, and you know, I thought that that would be the best way to kind of explain everything that was happening. Here we are, this is what we're going through, and it was the most empowering experience ever, and I'm so happy that I did that because it really came at a perfect time. March was Endometriosis Awareness Month, which is the same month as my birthday, and so we were able to have a party and have a whole bunch of people dress in yellow and have yellow little awareness ribbons and everything, because yellow is the official color of endometriosis awareness, and it's also my favorite color, so that was really fun. It just came at a perfect time, and I really think the message that I sent, where I was explaining to people that you shouldn't feel judged, you shouldn't feel ashamed of what you didn't sign up for, I think really got across to a lot of people. I got a lot of really wonderful like personal messages and stuff like that in response to that video, of people saying, I have a cousin, or I have my mother, or I have my sister that has gone through this and they've just had to suffer in silence. And so I'm just so happy that I was able to show people that you don't have to be silenced by your own body anymore, and like ashamed of something that is happening to you. And so I just really thought it was amazing. And there were even people that came to me that were like, well, I've never been diagnosed, but you know, I have like this symptom and whatever. And I was like, well, I'm not a doctor. I am a nurse, but I'm like, I'm not a doctor. But that sounds like what I've gone through, and you should probably just get checked out by that. The other thing to share in regards to endometriosis awareness in general is that it's so sad that there are officially no diagnostic tests to prove to officially diagnose endometriosis except for surgery. So you have to put yourself through surgery just to find out if you have this thing. You can be diagnosed by a doctor, but it's kind of, they piece together all the symptoms and that's how they figure it out, which is what happened with me. And then the other thing is that there is no cure for endometriosis. There is hardly any treatments. Basically the treatment is like go on birth control, or they sometimes will put women into early menopause just to stop their symptoms, which to me is just so sad. And luckily I haven't been there. We've just kind of found our own ways of dealing with it through a lot of consulting and natural remedies and all kinds of stuff. And of course, birth control is out there too if I need to use that sometime to be able to treat my symptoms, and I know that it's there. The other thing that they do is surgery, but the only problem with surgery is sometimes it's like a very temporary fix, like it'll grow back. So it's not the best solution in the world yet. So my point being that I think it's really important for people to be aware of endometriosis and that there's no cure and there's hardly any treatments, and there's like only one way to diagnose it, which is just so sad for me. And we really haven't come any further in that treatment in like 25 years. So basically since I was born, there has not been a credible way to deal with this problem that so many women have. So anyways, that was my spiel at the beginning of my video here, talking about endometriosis awareness and all that good stuff. And my other thing is I'm so sorry that this video took so long to put together and make and everything. It's been a whirlwind in our lives with the whole official, we're going forward with infertility treatment thing. I signed up for more shifts at work, so I've basically been working a lot more than I normally would, so I haven't had time to like do a sit-down video, especially since I work night shifts. So by the time I wake up, it's super dark outside, and I really prefer to use natural light than just have like a lamp behind me. So I finally had a night off last night, and I went to bed a little earlier than usual, and so I was able to come out in the afternoon when there's actually sunlight. Yay! Okay, so and that's all the fun stuff about endometriosis and the party and everything. So in terms of us, what we are going forward with, we are doing IVF, in vitro fertilization. And for those that don't know what that is, that means that, and we have to have all this approved by insurance, but I was told that it's definitely going to get approved because of everything going on, and that it's kind of the only way that we've been told that this will ever happen for us. So basically they give me a bunch of medicine and I inject it every night, and then I go into surgery and they take the eggs out, not like the whole ovary out, but just the eggs that look like they're mature, that they can tell have been growing. They take them out of my body, and then they, it's not like in a test tube or anything like that. I don't know where the test tube baby idea came from. They take them out and then they fertilize them, and so then they put those back into my body and allow them to attach and grow and everything like that. So some people call it a fresh cycle, meaning we don't freeze it. We don't freeze the embryos. We just put back into my body and hope that they take. And so that is the process, and we have officially decided to go forward with that. It took us a long time to come to that conclusion. For those that are curious, we had our first consult at this doctor in October 2015. And it is now April 2016, and we are finally going forward because we had so many questions and so many meetings and so many tests, and we wanted to know everything we could do. We literally went through every single option that was out there to try to help us conceive, and nothing has worked, and they've said that this is the only option that we have left besides adoption. And for those curious, yes, we did look into adoption, and it's between $30,000 and $40,000. So we're going to give this a shot and see what happens. Unfortunately for you guys, I am going to approve comments down below just because I don't want people to see this that are curious and kind of are in the same place that I am, and then get really discouraging thoughts from people that aren't in the same place that we are. So leave beautiful, wonderful comments down below, absolutely. You know, you can have questions and things like that, that's fine. But I just don't want any blatant hate mail going on down below. I'm not gonna encourage that on this channel. So anyway, so that is what we are moving forward with. We had our official let's move forward with IVF appointment about a week ago. We signed all of the consent forms. Now we're waiting on insurance approval, and then once we get insurance approval, we will be moving forward with everything. It does take a while to find out if this actually works or not, and it's a very, very long process. And I will kind of keep you guys roughly updated on what's happening. I'm not, you know, I'm usually making a video like once a month or so on this channel, so I'll probably update you guys periodically for sure. And then for the other thing I've been asked a lot, and so I definitely want to talk about this too, is we do live in Massachusetts, which has a state mandate that they have to pay for fertility treatments if your job is inside of Massachusetts. And while that is true, we have kind of not the best insurance right now. I know I'm a nurse and everything, but actually I work as an independent contractor, so I don't have insurance through my company. We have it through my husband's company, and it's very mediocre. It's still good and it's still going to cover it, but just to give a breakdown for those wondering with the GoFundMe accounts, which by the way was very successful and all of that was amazing, so we are, with our own savings, we are going to be able to move forward. The situation is that our insurance covers it if approved, which I'm sure we will be because the doctor said there's no reason why they wouldn't. So when we get approved, and then we have a $4,000 deductible, which means that we have to spend $4,000 out of pocket before they will start covering things. So whatever we do, we have to spend $4,000 per year. So when we start the process, we're going to be responsible for $4,000, and then insurance will cover the rest, which is amazing. And then in terms of drugs, the drugs are extremely expensive, and depending on co-pays and co-insurance, things like that, we're expecting to spend roughly anywhere from $500 all the way to $2,000. We don't know what the co-pays are officially yet. That is the gist. That is why we had the GoFundMe. I did set the goal at GoFundMe at $1,000 because I don't know. I didn't want people to feel like they had to donate tons to make our dream come true. You know, we did have some savings that we're using, and so that's great. But yeah, and that is the gist of everything that's going on. Thank you all so much for your support. I am so happy to be moving forward with this process, and I will let you all know what happens. Thank you all, and thank you especially to subscribers that donated to our GoFundMe account. That was amazing, and every little bit helps. So thank you all, and I will update you guys soon, and keep us in your prayers and good vibes, etc. for baby home sweet apartment. So that's it, guys. Bye.